Africa, a continent where football isn't just a game. It's life, it's passion, it's pride, it's a heartbeat that connects millions. And right now, that heartbeat is racing faster than ever as the 2026 World Cup qualifiers enter their most crucial stage. The tension is palpable, from the streets of Cairo to the shores of Dakar, because the dream of reaching the world's biggest stage is within grasp, but only for a select few. The road to the World Cup through Africa has always been a gauntlet, notorious for its drama and unpredictability. With a limited number of spots for a continent brimming with talent, every single match, every goal, every referee's whistle can define a nation's destiny for the next 4 years. After the recent round of matches, the path is getting clearer for some, but for others, the drama is just beginning. Let's start with the Pharaohs of Egypt. Led by the legendary Mohamed Salah, they stand on the brink of glory. A single victory against Djibouti could be all it takes to punch their ticket to North America. After the disappointment of missing out on Qatar 2022, you can feel the entire nation willing them on, desperate to see their heroes return to the global stage. It's so close, they can almost taste it. But while Egypt's story is about redemption, another nation is chasing a dream that once seemed impossible. I'm talking about the tiny island nation of Cape Verde. The Blue Sharks are living a true football fairy tale. If they can secure a win against Libya, they will qualify for the World Cup for the very first time in their history. Can you imagine the scenes? A story like that wouldn't just inspire their nation. It would send a wave of hope across the entire continent, proving that with heart and determination, anything is possible. Then we have the Desert Foxes of Algeria. After a roller coaster few years filled with both triumph and crushing heartbreak, they find themselves leading their group. A draw might even be enough to see them through, depending on how other results pan out. But no Algerian fan will be celebrating early. They all remember the gut-wrenching pain of missing the 2022 World Cup in the final seconds. They know better than anyone that in football, especially in Africa, it's never over until that final whistle blows. Of course, you can't talk about African football without mentioning the giants: Senegal, Ivory Coast, and Ghana. Each of these powerhouses is at a critical juncture. Senegal, the reigning African champions and heroes of the 2022 World Cup group stage, are in a fierce battle to maintain their dominance and prove their consistency. Ivory Coast, the Elephants, are in a rebuilding phase, trying to recapture the glory of their golden generation. And Ghana, the Black Stars, a team that once carried the hopes of an entire continent on its shoulders, faces a monumental task in a brutally tough group to reclaim their place among the elite. But here's the thing about the African qualifiers. It's never just about the big names and the favorites on paper. The dynamics here are unique. The intense, often intimidating power of home advantage can turn an underdog into a lion. Refereeing decisions can become major talking points, sparking debates for weeks. And we've seen it time and time again. Administrative blunders, like fielding an ineligible player, can cost a team crucial points and completely derail their campaign. It's a minefield where one misstep can be fatal. The sheer brutality of this process is what makes it so captivating. One weekend, a team is sitting comfortably at the top of their group, fans already dreaming of the World Cup draw. The next, a shock defeat or an unexpected result elsewhere sends them crashing out, left to wonder what could have been for another 4 long years. For a nation like Egypt, with its rich footballing history and a superstar like Salah, missing a second consecutive World Cup would be a national catastrophe. For Cape Verde, falling short now would be the heartbreaking end to a historic, once-in-a-lifetime run. And for the millions of fans across Africa, this is about so much more than just a football tournament. It's about hope. It's about identity. It's about seeing their nation's flag flown on the world's biggest stage, a symbol of their pride and their place in the world. Just take a moment to imagine it. Picture the pure, unadulterated joy that would erupt in Praia if Cape Verde makes history. Now, contrast that with the silence, the profound sense of loss that would descend upon Dakar or Accra if their heroes stumble at the final hurdle. That is the beauty and the agony of African football. It gives and it takes in the most dramatic fashion. So, as we head into these final decisive matches, the ultimate question hangs in the air: who will rise to the occasion and who will fall by the wayside? Will Salah carry the weight of a nation and lead Egypt back to the promised land? Will Cape Verde complete their fairy tale and write one of the greatest stories in World Cup history? Or will another African giant be left heartbroken, lost in the chaotic, unforgiving landscape of the qualifiers? The stage is set, the entire continent is watching, and the world is waiting to see who will emerge. I want to know what you think. Who are you rooting for? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Who do you believe deserves to book their spot in the 2026 World Cup? Thank you so much for watching. If you love stories like these, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because here, we go behind the scenes of the beautiful game, where every story has a soul. We'll see you in the next one.